down 1,000 times. I ain't going nowhere. Yeah, I'm standing right here. Demons all around, but I ain't got no fear.
All right, guys, welcome to the show. Back in the backyard here. Beautiful sunny day, as you can see here, just chilling out. I've got a good one here for you. 3 running back breakouts. One of them is completely under the radar. I'm going to give them to you right here, right now. And again, if I haven't told you this before, I'm going to tell you now. You got to go robust RB, meaning heavy running back on the top. And then you can get 1 or 2 of these breakouts later, guys that really are in an opportunity to succeed. Now, these guys happen to be rookies in good positions to really succeed this year and really shine. One of them with higher draft capital, and the other one, the last one I'm going to give you, is off people's radar, not even being drafted. Some people are drafting him. Depends if you know who he is. You may want to consider him. So 3 guys, 3 running backs here that could really shine, really break out, and be on people's radars this year as guys that could be really solid fantasy contributors and maybe even top 10 finishes here. Very, very viable. Before I get into this, guys, make sure you guys do secure that 16-round draft solution. I have linked it below. Secure the solution, secure the championship, sleepers, breakouts, optimal players drafted each round, everything laid out for you on a silver platter. Secure the 16-round draft solution. I've linked it below. And join the Patreon group for direct access, in-season community waiver wires, patreon.com/FFcounselor, and 16-round draft solution, all on the website, thefantasyfootballaccounts.com. Again, secure that solution, and you'll be light years ahead of the consensus and your league mates, all right? Let's dive into this. Again, really drop a thumbs up, guys. It helps the channel. Lion mentality, drop the thumbs up. Show the excitement. Fantasy's here. Let's get into it. Let's get excited. We're talking running backs. We're talking breakouts. Show your passion. I know for a lot of people, it's a huge outlet fantasy football is. So show your excitement, guys, with a thumbs up. Interact below. And yeah, I mean, amazing time of year right now, end of July, or mid-July, not even end of July. Mid-July, we are ramping up to draft season, which is the greatest day of the season, is the draft day. So yeah, I'm super excited. Fantasy's around the corner, so make sure you guys are subscribed, dropping that thumbs up. All right, let's talk about these running backs here, and let me know in the comments what you guys think. Am I crazy? Do you think they'll break out? Do you think they'll have good seasons? Love to get that feedback. Again, making this interactive. Let's do it. First guy I'm talking about, a little more obvious here, coming off as early as the 2nd round. The guy I'm talking about is Jamir Gibbs. Love him. Love him. Why do I love him? First and foremost, the Lions really wanted DeAndre Swift to succeed. So did the mainstream fantasy football consensus, and DeAndre Swift was a huge bust, as I predicted him to be. Jamar Gibbs is everything times 10 what they wanted out of DeAndre Swift. Jamir Gibbs is the guy. It is him. He is the man, right? Now, I've watched tape on him. I keep talking about this in the video. Explosive is the only word that comes out. Ultra explosive, breakout speed, runs to the outside, catches the ball in the backfield. He's an absolute beast. He looks amazing, right? He was drafted 1st round, surprised a lot of people. This was that kind of like controversial pick. Everyone's like, why are you going running back here? You acquired Montgomery, sorry. Why are you going Jamir Gibbs like this early? Are you guys crazy? They're not crazy. He's ultra talented, and he was a workhorse in college, but his numbers weren't like astronomical like some of the other guys that I'm going to mention here, especially the last guy. You know, he wasn't used and abused in college, so he's got a lot of mileage left, a lot of tread on the tire. Love Jamir Gibbs. And I looked at the numbers last year. There's over 427 rushing attempts last year amongst those running backs with Williams and Swift and all the other bottom feeders there that were on that committee. I mean, there's a lot of volume to be had. So even if Montgomery gets 100 attempts, 200 attempts, there's still like over 220 attempts. So volume will be there. Obviously, Montgomery is going to be a concern around the goal line. But Jamir Gibbs is a guy that I love. I've been getting him as my RB3. Believe it or not, in leagues. I love the upside, love the opportunity. Coming off in rounds 3 to 4 if you want him. And again, the ceiling is astronomical. The breakout potential is huge. Make sure you try to secure him. Get him on your rosters for fantasy, okay? Number 2 here. Again, smash that thumbs up. Really helps the channel. And subscribe to the #1 fantasy football podcast. Right here, subscribe, guys. Turn on that bell. Got amazing content coming your way. The second breakout here. Love this guy. The opportunity is massive. The guy I'm talking about is Zach Chabert. Now, here's the deal. Obviously, Kevin Walker is the one. I'm hearing he's going to get around 17 attempts a game. Walker would have been my 1st round pick. but got really turned off with the fact that the Seahawks drafted Zach Chabert in the 2nd round. That is huge draft capital for a guy that, you know, is obviously not going to be sitting on the bench, right? They're going to use him, and they may know something that we don't. There is concern in the back of my mind that Walker, you know, might be injury prone. We saw him kind of limp off last year, went off to the sideline, had a non-contact injury. And that concerns me. Maybe the Seahawks know that Walker can't handle a full workload. In comes Zach Chabert, who was a workhorse in college. Again, looked great in college. All you got to do is look up Zach Chabert. Do your own research, guys. I encourage you. I want to keep this episode light. I'm not going to dive into full stats here. I'm going to give you guys some more stats on the next guy. But Zach Chabert, go look at his stats. The guy's a beast, man. He could have been truly a workhorse on his own. And if you saw my rant after the draft, I got really pissed off when they drafted Chabert with the 2nd round, knowing Walker's there, because they basically kind of killed both their values. Now, here's the deal. If you're looking at Walker, you're going to have to pay a 4th round. If you're looking at Chabert, you can get him after the 7th, 8th round. So if you're, you know, it's going to be a split committee, I think, slightly edging towards Walker, but there's a chance that he could break out, and this guy could be the one, especially if Walker gets hurt. So Chabert is going to get work. There is a ton of, you know, attempts to be had. Walker had 228 attempts last year. Penny had 57. Rashad Penny no longer there. So, I mean, there's well over 300 attempts to be had. Chabert, I'm assuming, is going to get at least 120 attempt floor. It's enough to turn me off Walker and to attract me to Chabert, and I can get Chabert for the better value. So as my RB 4-5, after I've gone top heavy with running back, Chabert is very appealing, and I love him. I love him. Absolutely love him later rounds, okay? You don't have to invest early like you do with Walker, and you can get Chabert, a guy who could take that RB1 spot. Tons of upside there, okay? The last guy here, guys, again, smash a thumbs up. Let me know what you're thinking in the comments. Does this make sense to you? You're not investing early with Walker. You're getting Chabert later, who could take the job. Jamir Gibbs, obviously Montgomery's going to be a goal line vulture, but you like the upside of Jamir. They're going to use him. Tons of opportunity. I told you, 427 attempts. Is this making sense? Yes, hopefully it is. And never put your faith in just in one running back or one wide receiver. Always have depth. A backup plan for a backup plan. That's why I talk about the 60-round draft solution. It's going to put you light years ahead of the Concheapsis and your league mates. Secure it, okay? Have that bulletproof or as close to bulletproof roster as you can get. There's no guarantees in fantasy, but I ensure that you guys are light years ahead of everybody else. So get 16 rounds. The last guy here, I'm going to dive into some stats here. 233 attempts in college last year, 1,700 plus yards, 19 touchdowns. Was a workhorse in college, 5'11", 215, and was drafted in the 7th round by the Minnesota Vikings. The guy I'm talking about here is Dwayne McBride. In an opportunity to succeed, guys, it's all about opportunity. It's not so much about talent. It is about talent for sure, but it's not only talent, it's a combination of talent and opportunity, and now the Vikings have a void there with Dalvin Cook being gone. Now, there is 350 plus attempts to be had there last year. Guys, between Madison and Cook, I think Madison had 74 attempts on the ground. Cook had over 264. Guys, Cook is gone. In comes Dwayne McBride, drafted in the 7th round. We're seeing signs. Guys, there's signs pointing. Look at the clues, guys. Play a little detective here, okay? He is currently right now sitting as the 85th RB. Amongst running backs, he's the 85th running back in the RB rankings, okay? Guys, this is huge. I mean, what a steal for a guy who's a backup to Madison, who was a backup to Cook. Madison was a backup. He was never a true workhorse running back. In comes this young, hungry guy who was a workhorse in college in an opportunity where he's backing up a backup. Whenever I see a running back who was a workhorse in college who's backing up a backup, there's an opportunity there, okay? There's no one else there. Now, unless the Vikings acquire a free agent at the time of this recording like Zeke Elliott or Leonard Fournette, who could be a pass, or someone like that, the opportunity is there now, guys. The volume's there. The opportunities are going to be there. The attempts are going to be there. Dwayne McBride is the guy you can stash with literally your last pick in the drafts, and you get yourself a guy who could be an RB1 on his team. I mean, this is a huge breakout opportunity for him based on situation, all right? So Chabert, Jamir Gibbs, Dwayne McBride, huge breakout potential based on opportunity and, of course, talent, all right? If this is making sense to you guys, secure the 60-round draft solution. Drop a comment below. Let me know. And there is a ton of other running backs that are going to break out, and I lay that all in the 60-round draft solution. Subscribe, guys. Thumbs up. Make sure you guys are following the channel. Turn on that bell. Great content coming to you daily. Guys, fantasy football is here. Let's get excited. Show your enthusiasm in the comments. I appreciate you guys. 3 breakouts for you, and there's way more running back breakouts all laid out in 16 rounds. We'll talk soon, guys. Have a great day. Sunny day out here. Gonna enjoy the sunshine. We'll talk soon. I'm out.